We all know what's going on in this country. I'm not here to debate whether it's good, bad, wrong, or right. In my opinion, it's pretty bad. It is bad. It's sad. It's heavy. It's a lot. It makes me deeply unsettled and unhappy. In the chaos of ignorant rhetoric in comments underneath videos of what is going on, I saw somebody comment something that really stuck with me, and that was, I would rather share this country with somebody who risked their life crossing rivers and mountains and deserts to be here for one opportunity than to share this country with somebody who will not even walk across the street and protect their neighbor from injustice. Wow. If you don't feel anything other than sadness and disgust about what is going on in our country right now, I implore you to pick up a history book, start having conversations with people that are informative and educational. I implore you to step out of righteousness and way into humility and humanity. Step out entirely and look in on yourself and why you maybe feel threatened by somebody's opportunity of freedom and how maybe privileged you are. My 3 times great grandfather came over here with the same mindset as the person today that just got ripped off the job site and thrown into a facility with 500 other men who are going to be sent back or sent to a country they are not familiar with and away from their livelihood, their education, their family. It's wrong. There may be nuances to this conversation. I'm not here for the nuances. I'm here for the bottom line humanity and humility of it. It's wrong. I am so sad to see history repeating itself. It's heartbreaking, but I am so hopeful, genuinely hopeful, that what is happening right now, no matter how bad it gets, no matter what happens, that the waves that are created are serious changes for the generations to come so that we never repeat it in this way again. I don't want to hear any more of the conversations about benefits or tax dollars. I really don't. I don't. Our country is throwing millions and millions of dollars towards a military that oppresses us every time we protest what it's doing to us. We throw millions of tax dollars towards a healthcare system that is rigged to make us sick, that is taking away my rights as a woman, who is taking away my autonomy as a woman. Government who doesn't protect the people who fight for it. That same military that is used against us are sent out to be homeless on the street, lacking in mental health care. My tax dollars are not used to feed children in this country anymore. We have school programs being defunded. Teachers don't make much money, and you are worried about your neighbor's papers. The same neighbor who goes to work every day and minds his damned business the same way your grandpappy did to provide for his family. You're so worried about that. Check your privilege, please. Educate yourself. And do not be asking me and mine for money to fund your mission trip to Mexico, to Honduras, to Salvador. I don't want to see it. I don't. It is a heartbreaking day. It's been heartbreaking days in America for a while. But this is the devastation of it, I feel. So, anyway, that's it. Thank you.
Something is shifting. A new wave of white Americans waking up and calling the system what it is: the unjust, the unequal, the unsustainable, not just for some people, but for all people. They are waking up to realization that the same machinery that was used to oppress the black and the brown people is now turning on them. They want their voices to be heard. They want their community to wake up, because black people have been preaching this for years and years, but their voices were not heard. So they're waking up to realization that if they don't do it right now, then they're going to land in an authoritarian government. So guys, without further ado, let's dive in and continue watching the video. I'm your presenter, Judy, and credit belongs to the original creators of these clips and stitches.
It was mostly white people today. White people. And I'm not an emotional person. I don't cry. I don't get emotional. I'm emotional right now because I feel for the first time ever a sense of hope to know that every white person out there is not racist, that not everybody supports Trump, because I'm here in Tennessee and that's how it feels sometimes. But today when I looked at those protests, I saw the streets lined with all kinds of people, but the large majority of white people that said this is enough. We are standing up and it's our time to do for others, to do for those that have been standing behind us for so many years and that have faced so much injustice. Black people have been fighting for years and nothing comes of it. Nothing. They're exhausted. Hispanics can't leave the house. Anybody with brown skin is afraid to even leave the house. So to know that we cared enough today means we're moving in the right direction. And I hope we see this continue, that we stand by our brothers and sisters and fight for them and let everyone know this is not okay.
The United States is gone. I don't mean that in a hyperbolic way. I'm not being fear-mongery, but it's gone. And it's never coming back. We've already gone so far down the authoritarian hellhole that it's already not the United States that we have known. It is something different entirely. The president has immunity. SCOTUS is compromised. Congress is worthless because they've all been bought and paid for. And so what I mean when I say it's already gone and it's never coming back is by it's already gone, we've already fallen so far into authoritarianism and we're going to keep falling until some point. So we're already not the United States anymore. And then it will never be again, because even when, and I do believe it's when, we claw ourselves back out of this hellhole, we cannot go back to things the way they were, because we have seen that the checks and balances that we so relied upon and the systems that we had in place were not enough to prevent what is happening from happening. So we can't continue that. We can't just have another election and be like, okay, let's get back to business as usual. That would be insane. Literally like the definition of insanity. And it's like you're in a relationship and the person cheats on you, and thus the foundation of your relationship is cracked and you really love them and you're really comfortable. So it would be like easy to just like go back to things as usual, but you know that you cannot build a relationship on a cracked foundation, and you know that this is probably going to happen again. So you have to leave. That's the same kind of thing here. Like, we have seen too much. We know that this system does not protect us from authoritarianism, despite the fact that we all believed and were taught that it would. And now we are in this shitstorm. When I say SCOTUS is compromised, obviously we have hella Christian nationalists on the Supreme Court. There is a Republican supermajority on the Supreme Court, which never should have happened. And then when I say Congress is worthless, obviously there are people on Congress who are doing their damnedest to try to make things be less awful. And people on Congress who are not bought and paid for by shitty entities, but the vast majority of them in both parties are bought and paid for by shitty entities, by corporations and PACs and shit that have zero interests aligned with we the people, zero. And they signed a deal with the devil, and now they're paying him back. Like, when people get all up in arms and confused about Democrats doing shady shit, it's like, I don't know why you're confused. Like, the people that paid for them to be in that position demand that they do that. And they were happy to take that deal. Both parties suck. I mean, one party sucks like way more, but the two-party system sucks. Both parties suck. Citizens United should never have existed. I don't understand how the fuck that ever passed, but here we are. And that's the thing, is like, there were so many small things that had to happen to get us where we are. And I think that's why it was able to happen. But these people have been strategic. They have been planning this. And each time one little thing happened, it didn't seem as terrible or as insidious as it actually was. And now they have their guy in office and he's doing all of the things that we were all afraid of, and all the things, as a matter of fact, that he said he was going to do. And everyone's like, I can't believe he's doing this. Like, he literally said he was, though. So I don't know why everyone is confused. And by everyone, I mean lots of people, obviously not everyone. Plenty of us are not fucking shocked about what he's doing or what's going on. But the thing about all of this is the whole thing is a big system, and it's all connected, and it's crazy and scary, and it is a conspiracy. Not a conspiracy theory. They're not the same. But like Leonard Leo is the guy who is involved with the Federalist Society. And the Federalist Society is basically a little society of lawyers who are largely originalists, meaning they interpret the Constitution literally in the way that it was written. And why the fuck are we doing that? Because 250 years ago, the world was very, very, very different. So the fact that we even have people who are originalists, like on the Supreme Court, I think is dumb. I think the fact that originalists even like have a leg to stand on is absurd. And so Leonard Leo is connected to tons of crazy people, but he also has a history with dark money funding these types of people who end up on the Supreme Court. And then we have obviously the Elon Musk and the Peter Thiel and the Palantir and the Heritage Foundation of it all, and Project 2025. And Trump's campaign said that they were going to blacklist everybody that was associated with Project 2025 from being in his administration, and they had to say that because in September of 2024, there was a 4% approval rating for Project 2025. Like, no Americans fucked with Project 2025. And so they had to distance themselves from it. So they're like, we're going to blacklist these people. And now we have many people that helped write Project 2025 in the cabinet, and a vice president who wrote the foreword for the president of the Heritage Foundation's book. And that same vice president has been mentored by Peter Thiel forever and worked for Peter Thiel. And Peter Thiel and Elon Musk co-founded PayPal, and Peter Thiel founded Palantir. And Palantir also now has hella contracts with all these different arms of the United States government. And we're basically going to become a surveillance state. I mean, I'm not exaggerating really either. Obviously, Elon Musk has his little hands in all of this cookie jar. And like I said in my other videos, it is my opinion. This is the one piece here that is opinion. Obviously, the United States is gone is also an opinion. But of all these like facts I'm giving, this one piece is the opinion that all these people kind of came together and used Trump as a Trojan horse to get in the White House. And he went along with it because power and presidency, but also to avoid prison. And They dropped hints all the time. They told us all of this shady shit was happening. Elon's comments about everything is hackable. I'm going to go to prison if Trump doesn't win. The math isn't mathing in hella districts that have looked into the election results. And I think we're going to keep seeing more and more of that. It's so obvious. But anyway, this video is not about that. I've already posted several videos about all of that stuff. But anyway, but the point was that this whole web that I've talked about many times now is connected to the people that are connected to our compromised Supreme Court, and is connected to the corporations and PACs that have bought and paid for Congress. And so since Congress and the Supreme Court are in all these people's pocket, and Donald Trump is the puppet for all of these people, presumably, then he's doing their bidding. I mean, his executive orders are all aligned with Project 2025. All the Stephen Miller, his White House Deputy Chief of Staff, literally is in Project 2025 videos, as is Caroline Leavitt. It's such a thing. Anyway, but so we have fallen into this authoritarian hellhole, and it has been allowed to happen because our systems did not prevent it. And so we are going to have to build something that is so different. Maybe a new constitution, maybe 500 amendments, but completely different, because we can't go back to what it was, because this could happen again. And also, I hope we use that opportunity to build things back in a way that is less racist and oppressive to marginalized people, and where liberty and justice for all actually means something, and where the values that I thought for the vast majority of my childhood were actually American, come to find out they're not at all. But the values that I thought were, you know, freedom, equality, whatever else, I would like to live in a place where those things actually exist. So I hope that when we claw our way out of this shitstorm, we make something a lot better. And I don't know if in the meantime states are going to secede, or if, you know, crazy shit's probably going to happen. But I don't know what that looks like. And I don't know what is going to come of this place, or if it's even going to be the United States anymore. Who fucking knows? But I hope we do something better afterwards. And this is a weird thing to say right before, like the day before the 249th anniversary of the signing of the Declaration of Independence, but here we are. So, yeah.
So guys, welcome back. I'm so glad that some of the white folks right now are waking up to realization that if they don't speak up, there is no one coming to save them. This is exactly what the black folks have been experiencing in the United States for years and years. And now that the white folks have started experiencing it, they should have in mind that black people have fought, they have endured hardship for years, they have been oppressed, and now the same machinery that was used to oppress the black and the brown people are turning on them. And this is why some of them now are speaking up, are calling out the system the way it's supposed to be called. You saw whatever happened to the Latinos in Los Angeles, the way ICE were hunting them down like animals. If there was that solidarity, if there was that unity in the United States, I know the citizens could have overpowered the ICE. Because honestly speaking, America was built on the backs of black people and on the backs of immigrants. And now if they want to take immigrants out, if they want to deport immigrants, who is going to do some of the jobs that are supposed to be done by the immigrants in the United States? Because I know some of the American citizens can't even go to the construction site to do those jobs. Some can't even go to the plantation farms to do the same work that the immigrants were doing. Who is going to do the construction works in that sunshine in Florida? Who is going to persevere the way the immigrants were persevering, and yet they're still being paid low minimum wage? The black folks have been experiencing all this: police brutality, incarceration, redlining, racism. It's only that white folks are not experiencing racism, but if they could have been experiencing it, they could have known the negative impacts of it, the trauma that people get from it. Now that the system is oppressing almost all the American citizens, people are waking up. People are calling out the system. White folks are calling out their communities. And you still find out that some of the Republicans are celebrating that they are making America great again. Is it great again yet with all these things going on in the United States? If right now they have built a concentration camp in Florida surrounded by the alligators, the place is not even safe for human beings. This is like a modern day slavery. Slavery is back. It didn't end. It's back in full force. Because this man tried to do the same thing in his first tenure and he didn't succeed. And now, I don't know, he's doing it because he's surrounded by the billionaires, or because he don't want to run for the president again in the next election. I don't know what really got him to do all this. Americans are suffering, and now that the Republicans have slashed the federal benefits that they were getting, the Medicare, the Medicaid, the SNAP benefits, people are going to die. Right now, some of the elderly people have started unaliving themselves because they know that there is no more life in the United States, that there is no one who is coming to care for them. Some of the hospitals are shutting down because they depended on the Medicaid, and now that the Republicans decided to pass that bill to slash it, that's not even a big, beautiful bill. the way it's supposed to be called. People should call it the way it's supposed to be called. It's not beautiful anymore because people are going to suffer. Those who depended on the SNAP benefits to get through the month, to feed their children, to feed their families, those who didn't have any job, they only depended on the federal benefits. Right now is the time for them to get out and start working. And even if you're working, you have to pay for the bills. You have to pay for the taxes. Those with chronic conditions who depended on the Medicaid, the cancer patients, the diabetic patients who depended on all this, how are they going to afford and pay for the medical bill the way the healthcare system is so expensive in the United States? It will be horrible. Actually, it's so devastating watching the government eating its own children, and they don't even care whether people are suffering or not. And it's the same tax that people are paying that they are using to do all these things, that they are using to build those concentration camps that are not even safe for human lives. Now they want to benefit off these big beautiful bills when the Americans are suffering. I really don't know what will happen. Now I'm seeing a huge number of Americans, especially the white Americans, relocating to other countries because they can't afford life in the United States. It's getting expensive each and every day. If they are moving out of the United States, do you think there will be even immigrants willing to go to the United States following what's going on? People knew that, especially the Republicans, majority of them knew that if they vote him in, he's going to do great things. He's going to make America great again. They are going to rebuild America. But now, the very same Republicans, some of them are regretting what they voted for because they didn't know it will be this way. The construction owners, they don't have workers. Their workers are getting deported. Those who own large plantation farms in the United States, there are no workers there. The farmers are going bankrupt. Those in Nebraska, the Texas farms are shutting down because there is no one to work there. Crops are rotting in the field. The mortgage is getting so high. There will be a lot of crime in the United States just because of this. And it will be a difficult time. For 3.5 years coming, I don't know where America will be. If yesterday people refused to celebrate July 4th, the Independence Day, some of the Republicans were so furious that why are you guys boycotting this day and yet we are supposed to be celebrating it? And in fact, some even were mad that black folks celebrated the Juneteenth and now they don't want to celebrate the July 4th. Anyway, guys, I don't want to talk much. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section. And if you're a white folk watching this video, which plans do you have? Are you planning to speak up so that your community can also wake up? Because if you go through my videos, there are several videos of white folks I've uploaded speaking positivity only, because this channel is meant for positivity only. There is no division here. So thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. I honestly appreciate it. Let's keep the conversation going on in the comment section and also learn from each other. Until next time, guys, I'm your presenter, Judy. Talk to you soon. Peace and love.